Hello, everybody. This could wind up being the shortest lived attempt at a change in the history of YouTube. Hi. As you can see, I'm in a different location. Hi, Rita. I'm not at all sure. Hi, Erlinda. I'm not at all sure this is going to work. I am not using a tripod at the moment. I am in the bedroom, and hello. And I just don't know if it's going to work because so far I'm holding this in my right hand. Ha. The lighting is good. Yeah, no phantom except look at me. Wow. Speak about dark circles. Whoa. Yeah, I really didn't sleep well last night, but I have not been sleeping well. And my leg was killing me, and my leg was so much better this morning. And then it started killing me again. So today was not a good day. I wanted to get a lot accomplished in the house. I was afraid to go out because they were talking about this storm for a week now, and I really didn't want to have to deal with that. As it turned out, it didn't look too terrible. Has gotten crazy cold. It was really freezing when I let the dogs out. Just the couple of minutes with the door open and closing it, I could feel the chill. Didn't leave them out. Yeah, no snow here. And they're anticipating ice, but, well, it worked for now. I'm not quite sure how I can do this because I need to figure something out with some kind of a tripod. And I know I have to factor in Sheila's idea of using some kind of a tray or something. Hi, Michelle. So I have to see if this is... Listen, I'm trying. So my neck won't hurt. My arm is going to kill me and my shoulder is going to hurt. But my neck should be better, presumably. I have to work on it. I am nothing if not a work in progress. So we shall see. I think, oh dear God. Oh, poo. No, no. No, they don't usually have this kind of colors in the hospital. They're all white and uncomfortable and ugly and depressing. One body part at a time, exactly. I am holding the phone. Holding the phone is not going to work. I'm resting my arm on something on the right side. I am resting my arm, so I can't fall off the bed holding the phone. No, I can do that. Listen, I'm trying. It may take a few... Oh, not again. Not again, guys. OMG. Except a hospital for the rich and famous. You're absolutely right. Yeah. I mean, as you can see, I'm an animal print kind of gal with everything. It just is what it is. But it's going to be a little bit wonky tonight, so I'm doing the very best that I can. OMG. Yeah. Son of a gun. I'm afraid to open my mouth. Oh my Lord. I did the castor oil, not the castor oil, I did the coconut oil last night, and it really seemed to help. I didn't feel in as much pain during the night, and it felt better this morning. So, I am going to try it again tonight and see what happens. But the pain was really bad, and my right leg was quite swollen. So, again, well, I was not good yesterday. I really wasn't. I ate a good handful or two of potato chips. You need a translator, exactly. Oh, that right leg. It is definitely not fun. Wow. I'm hoping it's the weather. I'm really hoping it's the weather. So I wound up, as I say, not getting, well, it's not, they're not indentations. It's just very dark today. I'm sort of green in here. You need an opinion. You found out your daughter and huh? Oh, they, wait a minute. Whoa. And family in July. Ben Gay is coming. Wow. Wow. Son of a gun. Why don't you offer to stay with him? Maybe then he'll stay home. Wow. Yeah, that young guy. Funny thing is, I didn't hear from the young guy all weekend, so I happened to be talking to Linda last night, and I, mentioned that I hadn't, which I sort of didn't expect to, and it was fine. But she said to me, "Of course not." She said, "Married men are not available on the weekend." So I said, I am definitely factoring that into the whole thing. So I did hear from him today, just a quick text. And we shall see what happens with that. But in the meanwhile, I really want to get better, which leads me to another topic. This is exactly true, Erlinda. It is. It is Sandy's place. And Sandy, if it's your place, you should have the option about whether or not to say yes. Oh dear. Oh, it sounds like it's going to be a wonderful, wonderful time had by all. They don't want to stay at maybe some local hotel, motel, something. Yikes. That that sounds problematic. Okay, so this is what I'm thinking. Exactly. I think that that's a good idea. That they can't just uproot you because he's coming, because that does, in essence, say it's really not your place. I mean, it would be one thing if they asked you how you would feel about it. Oh, thanks. Yikes! I don't feel that way at all, as my old partner would have said. Oh dear. Oh, yeah. Oh, thanks. This is actually a combination of several things as well. I had bought, I think I told everybody, I had bought, they had a kit of the liquid lipsticks. Hi, Michelle. Um, of liquid lipsticks in different finishes. They had matte, they had shiny, they had glittery, they had whatever. And I did one of the mattes today with, I found a brownish, dark red brown lip pencil that is wonderful from Marinesse. And that was, I've shown you that before. It's a double-ended, so it's two different colors. So that's what this is, plus a lighter color right in the middle. So that's the story for that. And yes, I mean, it seems to me, Sandy, that the ball should be in your court because you live there. It's not like you're living in a room in their house. This is it's still their house. Yes, I agree with you. I like those little kits too. Okay, Sandy, so it sounds to me in that last comment you made that you've already accommodated it emotionally, but you're just venting. Is that the case? Because if it is, that's okay. But yeah, it is nice that you're living there rent free. That is very nice. Definitely sounds good to me. Yeah, I think, again, yes, you can be upset, but at the same time, it's true. If he cannot walk, and you know something, maybe it'll turn out to be a nice visit. Okay. So once again, that leads me back to the feeling that you don't want him not to do it based upon everything you've said. You just needed to vent because it would not have been your first preference. Because you're still pissed off at him because of what he did. So, yeah, I get it. Yeah. Yeah, life is not always easy, and the choices we have to make are not always easy choices. So I'm sorry that you have to do this. But as I say, in the end, it may turn out to be something far better than you expect it to be. So that could be all good. Yeah, this is, ooh, this right arm. I'm leaning on something. The bottom box, oh, that is under my arm is stable. Let's say you rather he wouldn't come. Yeah, 4 days is not a long time, trust me. 4 days in any part of my journey. Oh, I just got a sharp shooting pain up my leg. That was not fun. Yeah, it's hard when you have kids that are not easy to live with or where the situation is stressful when you're together. So that also is not fun. Everybody's quiet today. Goodness. I fell asleep this afternoon. I came to lie down for a little while. I was going to get some work done in this room, as a matter of fact. And I just went to lie down for a little while. And the next thing I knew, it was quite a while later. Today was essentially a lost day. It is much better for my neck. Oh, well, my neck still hurts, but it's going to hurt for a while, I'm sure. I mean, this is my, it's good for the health. This is my safari room. I mean, I don't know how much I can show you here, but oh, yeah. Yeah, I mean, rent-free could be costly in terms of your emotional health. Let me see what I can show you in here. I don't think I can show you. Oh, okay. All right, I'm just going to turn you around for a minute here to see if I can show you. That's one of the pieces of art in this room. And I've got my giraffes. I don't know if you can see them. Do you see my giraffes? Where you were living, Carol, was a mother-in-law suite. I would love to have that option. I love, I just love this kind of stuff. I really do. Yeah. Yeah, it's if you don't have the basic relationship, it's tough. It really is tough. Yeah. It's a good thing I didn't go out to California before the surgery, as they were talking about as a possibility, because I don't know what I would do at this point. I just don't feel like things are stable enough that it would be good for me. So it is what it is. Um, wow, I wonder. Yeah, yeah. Isn't it kind of hard, though, to be responsible for a 2-year-old all the time? I believe that. I absolutely believe that. That happens more often than we would like, I suspect. That you get along better with the in-law than you get along with your own child because of whatever the issues were that create it. And sometimes it's just two personalities that just don't mesh well. And that's hard. It's really hard. But I firmly believe we are here on this earth to learn lessons, and sometimes the lessons can be really painful. So, from 8 to 4. Oh, okay. Oh, that's not so terrible. That's not so terrible. I thought it was like a 9 to 5 or an 8 to 5 every day, or 5:30 or whatever. So that really is not so bad. Yeah, I'm sure. Yep. But as I say, it's a good thing when we do learn the lessons because then we're not bound to repeat them. Oh, that's good too. So from 1 to 3, you get a respite. That's good. It's got to be a little bit of a difficult age, though. Is he running around and keeping you on your toes? Because I remember, and that's when the terrible twos started. That, as I recall, lasted for at least 2 years. She. I thought it was a she until I saw he. Oh, Chloe Hope. She's adorable. She really is. Mm, wow. Oh, I see myself too well in this room. I'm not sure I like this. My eyes look so glassy. Your son-in-law will be 53 tomorrow? Yeah. Well, happy birthday to him. Sounds like he's a good son-in-law. I remember when David and Michelle first got married. I remember her mother standing with me and saying to me, if you ever are in a position when you're older where you can't be by yourself or take care of yourself or live by yourself, don't think you're ever going to move in with them. That's not going to happen. That's very nice if he's very respectful. That's great. That really is. It makes for a much easier life. You know what I think is interesting? I suspect for many people that the relationships that we have with a lot of people, but often with our children, there's just something missing that you wish was there, or you wish they could fulfill a need that you have, for them to be a certain way in terms of their relationship with you. Does that make any sense? I feel like that was a convoluted way around the subject, but it's yeah. Yeah, menopause seems to be a big topic lately. I think I've seen it mentioned a few times on YouTube just today. So I think it's a big thing. Yeah, mother-daughter relationships. Yeah. Yeah, it's just it is. You know what it is with all relationships, all of us. We just have an expectation or a need for it to be a certain way and to fulfill us in a certain way. You know what I think it is all, it's a little bit like Father Knows Best. If remember Father Knows Best. All the all those kind of shows. Yeah, that makes it worse. Yeah. Although I have to tell you, Rita, my friend Mary desperately wanted children, and it just wasn't meant to be for her this time. Mm. And as she got older, and as she saw all the people she was very close to, oh, um, that, oh God, I just read Sandy's comment and it just totally took me away from where I was. What the heck? I am worthless these days. I really am. I don't think it's early stage Alzheimer's. It doesn't feel like that, but it's something not fun. I know it's about relationships, but oh, thank you, about those shows, because I think when we were young, if we were young, when shows like that were on, it gave you a picture of what an ideal family looked like or a typical family looked like. And everybody loved everybody and everything was wonderful. And then reality sets in and relationships are not like that. And the camera doesn't start rolling. It's sort of there all the time. And you really have to face the reality of the relationships as they exist. And as I say, it took me a very long time to realize that sometimes people love you, but they don't love you in the way in which you need to be loved. They love you the best way that they can love you based upon their ability to love. And they're very, very diverse things sometimes, and it can really be hard for us. Yeah, it really can. Grown children are, even when they're young sometimes. Yeah. Oh, exactly. It's true. And what I started to say about Mary was that as she got older and she saw all the rest of us struggling so with our children in various ways, she said maybe it wasn't so terrible that she didn't have children after all. Talking about relationships, about kids, about exes, it all started, Kathy, when um, Sandy mentioned that her ex, Ben Gay, is going to be coming to visit in the spring. So, yeah, it's an easy catch up tonight. And basically that and talking about relationships with our kids. And yes, I think that's true. That really is true. She got the sick parent. Mm, yeah, but at least you had her to do that. How good is that? But there's usually one that takes over anyway. There really is in most situations. It is true. I mean, to have somebody, yes. What's your question? Absolutely true. Nothing is guaranteed. Yeah. I think that's something that a lot of parents tell their children. Remember, you have each other. Nobody else will be to you what you can be to each other, all of that. If the kids get along with each other, that's great. I always felt terrible for David that he was alone, and I so didn't want him to be, but that was God's plan, and it It was hard. It was really hard. But he said he was okay with it. He had lots of good friends. Yeah. Yeah, they do have to stay close if there's any way that they can do that. So, yeah. They are lucky that they have each other, though, no matter how different they may be. And often that happens. I always worried about David because he was an only child that there would be an issue. That's funny. There are 5 years apart between my two grandchildren, also. Yeah, right. What was that question? Um, when the kids were really young, it was hard, the 5 years apart. And the older one bullied the little one sometimes. And he would tease him, and I could see the tortured look on Dylan's face, and it would break my heart. But now Zach is at the point where he's going to be in college in the fall, and Dylan is about to, hi, JoJo. Dylan is about to be alone at home and, being almost like an only child as his brother takes off and goes in another direction. So, wow. Yeah. Yeah, that can happen. Out of curiosity, Melissa, fraternal or identical? Oh no. Oh, Kathy, oh heck. I am sure that that's a very, very common thing. Hi, Sunny. Fraternal. Yeah, I was wondering because I wondered if that would make any difference, if they would be maybe a little bit more alike if they were identical, but maybe not. I don't know. Um, yeah. I so often when I was growing up wished I would have had a sister. 9 years between you and your sister? Yes, I would imagine so. Yeah, it's a long time. Oh, the new is where I am. It's nothing exciting. It's just the new location. So one of your daughter's friends is getting her eyebrows microbladed. Microblading didn't count. I don't. Speaking of eyebrows, I finally started to reshape my eyebrows today, so it's coming along. I'm starting to feel a little bit more like myself, although these green things down here, too long. Yeah. Yeah, I think that happens sometimes. My brother, my younger brother, there was 6 years difference. And yeah, I mean, it all is what it is. Yes, if they're close, it's a gift. Oh God. Oh, Sandy. I understand that all too well, sadly. I never had a fight with David, but I wound up having a fight that sort of happened to me with his wife. My mom was my best friend too. And when his wife stopped talking to me, I didn't see David or her essentially for a year. And I used to cry myself to sleep all the time. It was really hard. It's really, really hard. Yep, that was before the kids were born. Yeah, that is so hard. Sometimes, Kathy, it has nothing to do with you. It's just they need to find their own place in the world, their own identity, and, feeling that PJ, it was torture. I remember at one point I did manage to speak to David for a little bit. I remember, I guess he met me, he was on his way somewhere and he met me for a few minutes, and I sat in his car and I started to cry. And I said to him, I feel like the birth mother. And I feel as if your wife and her family have become your adoptive family. I said, the only problem with that is that I never gave you up for adoption. And I said, I feel as if I lost you. And it took a very long time. It was only when she was ready to forgive me that I had a relationship with him again. And I mean, thank God it was before the kids were born. So it was something, but living through it day by day for a whole year, holidays, my birthday. And the thing that bothered me the most, I think, is when I did speak to David, he said to me, I can understand both your points of view. I didn't want him to say that. How could he say that? I was there for him always. Oh, God. Oh, Lauren, that's terrible. That's so hard. That really is so hard. Yeah, the kids, they don't know until they're faced with a situation that's similar. Really? I thought I was giving myself a lot of time. Oh, I'm just I'm just not 100% sure who this person living in my body is. Definitely doing better a good part of the time, but there are chunks of time when it's not, and then I question everything. So it is what it is. It's hard. Yes. Yes. Yeah. Yeah, he certainly did forsake me. That's for sure. It takes a whole year. Okay, well, at least I'm over 6 months there, so I'll count that as a good sign. Not going to tell her parents. You can use all kinds of things as an excuse. That's exactly what it is, Sandy. We all have to at some point stop beating ourselves up. Oh, oh, Melissa. It's so hard. It's just so hard. It's as if they put a knife in our chests. It's really tough. Yeah, it is what it is. I mean, David and I have a great relationship now. It's the best that it's ever been, except for right now when he's going through whatever it is he's going through. Um, yeah, you never know. You just never know. Oh, that's good, Carol. Yeah, yeah. And I think somehow, and aren't you so grateful for that? I mean, it just life life moves in very interesting directions. So, yeah. Carol, when you first moved out, where did you go? And how hard was that for you? We do. We learned from the heartache. Yeah. But that's all part of life. It really is. How would we know what great joy is if we didn't experience the opposite? Yeah. I can't even let myself think about that situation, about the whole housing thing, because I did look at, yes. Oh, isn't that nice, Carol? Exactly. Exactly. I think you're right. We do have this fantasy. Yeah, it is. And they are their own people. And listen, things happen. Let me give you an example. In my life, my older brother and I were the only two children until my younger brother came along 6 years later. Oh, that's wonderful. That's wonderful, Carol. It doesn't have to be your child. It can be somebody else. There is a gal that I became very, very close to when I sold them a house and they became my friends, and then she started to work with me for a while in the staging part of my business, and we had such a good time together. They have since moved to Texas, and I absolutely adore both of them. And she has so often told me to come live near them, that she would be there for me, and I know that she would. I know, I know. You want that relationship, and sometimes it is a child, a parent, and sometimes it's somebody else. It can be another relative. It can be my friend Mary, when the one who never had children. She was extraordinarily close to her cousin's daughter. Very, very close. So she had that in the end. So she was like a child to her. The fact that they were not mother and daughter didn't matter, because they were, in fact, like that, and she had that kind of relationship. So as long as there's somebody there and you don't feel all alone, how about all the people who are truly alone, who truly don't have anybody there for them? Yeah, I think so. Yeah, and there's so much, I think, as we get older, I think there's so much about alienation anyway. Exactly. Yeah. Well, I don't know that I 100% agree with you, Sonny, because I think they did choose to be here, but that's another subject for another day. Don't say that, Erlinda. Do not say that. Do not ever say you'd rather be in a nursing home, because poo poo poo. That is the worst place on earth to spend one's waning years. Good God. Hello. Oh, 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 that's too bad. That really is. No nursing home. No, no, no. Exactly, Melissa. He sure did. Yep. I remember David saying that to me once, many, many years ago, you know, and I and I said, "Oh, you worked in a nursing home. Oh, okay. Then maybe you know some good things." Exactly. Exactly. I know. Yeah, David didn't take it too well either. But yeah, when he said to me, I didn't choose to be here, or didn't choose whatever, and I said, yeah, yes, you did. Yes, yes. That's exactly what I believe, Kathy. That we make decisions based upon our soul's needs, what we need to learn, what we need to experience, even if it's horrible, because our souls are very strong. It's just the people we become that are not as strong. But as I say, that's another topic for another day. Um, Actually, I had wanted to talk a little bit. You felt like a fifth wheel. Yeah, that's so hard, Sandy, and you seem to run into that a lot, and it's gotta make you feel terrible. I get that one. I said to David once too, I said, you can never make You don't owe the vehicle. Okay. I have to mull that one over. Um, Wait a minute. I had told David a long time ago that he was not allowed to make medical decisions for me either because because oh God. Because when they first went out to Arizona, they left their cat with me, and I said, "You have got to take your cat to the vet. There's something wrong." I froze for a minute. Not a good sign. It says reconnecting. Shoot. Let me know if you can see me. Let me know if I am. You can see me? Okay. I've got this little circle thing that's just going around and around under the Tuscan sun. Yeah. Yeah. Okay, good. Yeah, this is it's frustrating because it just told me I was around, so I wasn't sure what it was that you were seeing. So that goes around. Again, we have considerable wind here and it's very, very cold, so I don't know if it's affecting anything. Speaking of moon, oh, the wolf moon. Oh, that's right. They said that that's supposed to be there. The moon was very clear earlier. Exactly. Very few people do have Brady Bunch families. Yeah. I always felt a little bit sad because, yeah, could be. Because when my mother was alive, the mood was beautiful here too. She always kept the family very close. And when she died, it was as if all the ends were loose and started to fragment. And I tried very hard to fill that role, but it just didn't work. It wasn't the same dynamic. And it definitely changed. And I miss those days for that. I mean, family was just family, and family was there, and you knew that if it was family, you could count on them no matter what. Not the Brady Bunch. Yeah. Listen, if it's good, that's good. I know. I know. But Sandy, if you think about it, how about the people who left Europe? Yes, I agree with you, Lauren. The people who left Europe to come to the United States. Yeah. Oh, for heaven's sakes. Oh, I bet he'll get a great shot. I wonder if my nephew will too. He's a wonderful photographer and he gets great shots of so many things. So, yeah. But your son and you are very close. That's a gift. It really is. As I say, I do feel very close to David, except for right now. And I know that right now it has nothing to do with me. It's all about him. So, really, about which part? They came from Ireland. Right, right. And but they did it. They did it, and they made a whole new life. Oh yes, about my nephew. My nephew is a political reporter, and he's actually a very, very good one. But he also travels a lot, and he's a wonderful photographer. He takes absolutely beautiful, beautiful shots. He always has them up on I'm trying to think of whether it's on Instagram or Twitter. It's Gettin' Viggy. Hello. Um, so yeah, yeah, it's a lot of fun for him. I'm sure it's a great stress reliever as well. My brother had that too. My brother, when he was young, took beautiful photographs. Maybe you need to be a sister wife. Actually, a sister wife could be a good thing on some levels. You can have a great relationship with a number of women. Hello, Grace. I know that. I know that. I know people like that too, and I think it's wonderful. Now, David's significant other, her parents live essentially across the street, and her sister lives essentially around the corner. And when her grandmother was alive, she lived very close until she lived with her mother. So it was like that. You would pass on your sex night. Yeah, me too. Yeah. So all the gals could get together and have their little party all the time. And yeah, that would work. That's funny. That's really funny. Yes. Yes, I'm with you. Exactly. Except I suspect that the husband might be feeling a little nonplussed, not having the best of all worlds. Yes, exactly. Well, I think that's probably true of a lot of us. I would never have wanted to share a relationship. Oh, my Lord. We would make great sister wives. We really would. As a matter of fact, we would make great sister wives with no husband. Right. Yeah. We'd have to do something. Oh, yeah, you never know. Just sisters, right? That is so funny. That really is. Yeah, exactly. Sandy went there. She absolutely went there. Yes. So, Sandy, are you sipping any wine this evening? You can do maintenance work. That's a good thing. I can decorate. Somebody can cook. Wine grapes. Because you know, in vino veritas. She's eating the grapes. She's stomping the grapes. She's probably sitting there and she's stomping the grapes. You're afraid of vibrators? You're a retired chef and a paramedic. Oh, we are doing so well. What a great group. Ben Gay traveled as a sky marshal. Oh, son of a gun. Oh, here we go again. Oh, I'm getting stuffy all of a sudden. Son of a gun. You can do everyone's hair. Oh, this is such a good thing. Yes, she would be in hot demand. She really would. Exactly. Oh, that's hilarious. If he caught you smoking pot, he would handcuff you. That is so funny. Linda was telling me a very funny story yesterday about pot. And she was talking about um, somebody who had some, and she said that it was going to be legalized in all states as time went by. Wait a minute. Good friend had her baby grandson carry a little. Oh, how funny! It's about to be legal, right? Yeah, I think so. Yeah, Rowdy, I think you're in the wrong room. Would you? All I can tell you is that Linda has been telling me since the day I got my diagnosis, and yeah, and since the day that I went for my treatments. I hate to sound stupid, but what is that? You use it for pain sometimes? Yeah, I know they do have it available for pain. Ever since I was diagnosed, though, Linda told me that I should get some. And she said, she kept saying it's legal, and I kept saying I don't want it. Okay, gotcha. Love GNF. Yeah, I try so hard not to use the opioids. I've got them. What is that? I don't know what that is. I'm beginning to think that I would be hysterical. Oh, good. I like hysterical. Yeah. Yeah, a lot of people do, and they say it's really good. And I think you don't have a lot of the other. Oh, the eclipse is starting? So should we end this at this point? Pot will not help at all. Yeah, it made you eat. It's an energy drink? I have lived a sheltered life. Oh. Oh, okay, Erlinda. Have a good. Just peek outside. I think I'll wait for somebody else to take pictures and just enjoy that because I'm not sure just how good my pictures would be. Yeah. Yeah, I have a skylight upstairs, but I'm downstairs. So, yeah, it's freezing cold. Exactly. Somebody will put great pictures out there that I could never do anyway. Maybe my nephew. So, it is what it is. And it really helps the pain. No side effects? Yeah. Yeah, as I say, Linda, she's been whispering it in my ear for the better part of, well, more than 6 months during the whole time I was in treatment. Amazon probably has it. No side effects. What is THC? Yeah, it's great if you have something without side effects. Ah, okay, good. Um, how do you take that stuff? I mean, is it a pill? Is it something you inhale? Is it something you drink? I don't know. I need a drug lesson, yes. You got it as a stocking stuffer. Oh, I love it. You smoke it. Oh, okay. Drops. Okay. Oh. Oh, it's the psychoactive ingredient? Oh. What if you put too many drops under your tongue accidentally? I would love to not be in pain. Giggling. Giggling is a really good side effect. I really like that. Did anybody see the movie It's Complicated? You can't overdose. That's a wonderful thing. And it doesn't interact with any of your medications? Doesn't do anything? Candy drinks, capsule drops, and oil. Oh. Well, do you remember the scene in the movie where they are both giggling like crazy when they're high on the, as she said, she just took one hit, just one hit. And then, aw, good night, PJ. Take care. 9 to 5. What I remember about that, that was the one where they were pushing him down the hall and he goes flying out the window, right? Somebody went flying out the window. Yeah. Aw. Yeah, there have been a couple of really, really funny movies. I remember my reaction also to, oh, what was that movie? All About, was it All About Mary? Nancy Meyers films, I agree with you. She is so great. I watched The Intern a number of times recently because I had it on DVD, and when I was sleeping in the chair, you can get it flavored. Oh, that sounds good. They all three got high together. Something About Mary. Yes. And when I first saw that movie, I just laughed out loud. It was, I mean, it was wacky, but it was really, oh, you have to find the dose that works. I would imagine because I've never done any of that stuff, that the very smallest dose would probably work for me. For example, when they had to put in my NG tube, now what is that drug? I think it's Ativan. And the doctor, because I told him he had to give me something if he was going to do the NG tube. So he did the Ativan in the lowest possible dosage, which I think was 0.25. And I know I'm afraid to take Advil. 100 milligram chocolate mint. And the 0.2, and when he said that he pulled it up on the computer about to see what dosage to give me, they asked if he had perhaps, on the computer, if he had perhaps made a mistake and wanted to consider a higher dosage because it was too low. But it worked for me because I, start with a small dose. Yeah. It really is almost tempting. I don't want to take drugs that have side effects. I just don't want to be in pain all the time anymore. Over 500. It was low. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know, the last several days the pain has been a lot. Even a stool softener. Aw, yeah. That's funny. When I had my stent put in, I knew that there was something clearly that went wrong, that I needed a stent, but I don't think I ever worried about that. 3 to 7 drops twice a day. And no matter what other medication you take, interact and harm you. Because I take high blood pressure medication. Actually, I'm taking a number of vitamins at this point, my high blood pressure medication, and my low dose aspirin. Every medicine has a side effect. Yeah, this is true. The question is, what can you take that does the least amount of damage? So one hopes. Yeah, yeah, that's true. They're gonna think that I have a drug problem, probably, because I ask them about different drugs all the time. I don't take any, but I ask. Eliquis, I've heard of that. Really. When I took the tramadol that they gave me for the pain when I was doing the radiation, the side effects of that, not when I took it, didn't bother me when I took it. It was when it was wearing off. I think it had a half-life of something like 11 and a half hours. When it was wearing off, I felt so horrible that I wanted to climb out of my body. I couldn't stand it. So, yeah, so I'm nervous about different drugs. I forgot what they call Xanax, I don't remember, but I took that twice, once the day of my MRI and once the day of my surgery. And that did not bother me. Of course, I took the lowest dose of that also. Benzodiazepines. Benzodiazepines. Alprazolam, that's it, right. It's a horrible, horrible feeling. Wellbut Wellbutrin. Giggles and munchies I can deal with. uh, Son of a gun. Speaking of chocolate, did I tell you that they still had a sale on I think I did tell you. I know, exactly. So you get a drug, you have side effects, and then they give you something for the side effects. No, thank you. I don't want the drugs. I don't want the side effects. I want my body to do its own thing. It's really good at doing its own thing most of the time. How did I know? I needed one stent. And, oh, sale on the chocolate. No, so many people are on antidepressants. But, yes. The way that I knew that I needed a stent was I almost passed out in the mall with my grandson, who was little at the time, and I started to see geometric shapes, and I started to walk like I was falling over. It was horrible. And I called my son, and my daughter-in-law came and picked me up, and they took me to the hospital. I was in the hospital for 7 or 8 days, I forgot which, while they did all kinds of tests, and they finally found that I had a 90% blockage in an artery. So they told me that I had to have an angiogram and the angioplasty, and I had the one stent put in. My blood pressure had gotten crazy high, crazy, crazy high. But that was 11 years ago, and I've had no ill effects afterwards from that. And it took a long time to get my blood pressure under control because the very first drug they gave me for it, and it took a long time to find out because I was on several medications, and it took a long time to find out that I was allergic to metoprolol. Hi, Kathy. Aw. Um, so I broke out in hives with it. Yes, exactly. Yeah, it was terrible. He thought that I was doing it on purpose to be funny, so he was standing there and he started to laugh. I broke out in a cold sweat, and I never thought I'd make it back to the car. I really thought I was dying. And it was a horrible feeling. It was a horrible, horrible feeling. So I am grateful for everything else that was good after that because, hey, I might not have been here. Yes, I am very lucky that it happened in the mall and not while driving. I was with, yeah, with my grandson. Well, no, it's not out of the blue, and that's the scary part of it. I tend to minimize things that happen to me. Uh, what happened was I had oral surgery, and 24 hours after the oral surgery, I got terrible chest pains. Terrible. I would call the pain exquisite. I had my big dog at the time, Cagney, and she used to sleep with me in bed. And she would lay in bed with me, and I would press her, spoon-like, press her up against my chest, and it would help with the pain. But it never occurred to me that the pain had anything to do with my heart because it didn't feel like it was in my heart. It felt like it was in my chest. And I swear to this day that that oral surgery caused a blood clot to somehow go screwy, but whatever. So it was in my lower ascending, my LAD. Uh, so that was my story back then. And yeah, but when they put me on Plavix, Plavix almost did me in. That was a bad drug. It really was. I was getting weaker and sicker and all kinds of terrible until I felt better. So it is what it is. Oh, my right leg is swollen. It is swollen. I'm going to put the coconut oil on again. Are you talking about mine? I would guess. This is my robe. This is my whatchamacallit robe. I was terrified because I was afraid he was going to be there alone. He was, I think, I think he was 6. He was either 5 or 6. And I had just gotten Milo. Yeah, I love it too. I had just gotten Milo, and Milo was, he was with me 3 weeks. I had just bought a stroller mall for him. And thank God, because I was leaning on the stroller. Where did I go? Me or somebody else? I'm not sure. Me? I don't know if you're talking about a hospital or whatever, but I was at the Roosevelt Field Mall, and my daughter-in-law called her mother, who was a nurse, and her mother said, take her to Winthrop. So I went to Winthrop, and that's where they did everything. Yeah, I mean, well, I went back to my car. How I made it back to my car was astounding because it was a very humid day in August, and my car was parked as far away as it could have been from the store. And I just kept praying as I was walking, holding onto the stroller, and having Zach hold onto the stroller also. Yes. And when I called his father, he was sitting in the back of the car, and I didn't want him to hear. But I said to David, I don't know if I'm going to make it. And I didn't want him to have that in his mind, to have that kind of a memory. It was just horrible. But I was so afraid that I was going to drop dead and he would be there all alone. It was a terrifying time. I just said to them, you have to come and get Zach. It was very scary. It really was very scary. I mean, yeah. It was one of those moments that you never want to relive. Exactly. And the funny thing is, I think he blocked the memory altogether. Um, I think he did. But for me, I was terrified. I'm just looking at my ankle, and it's got You know how little babies sometimes have that line in their ankle because they're so chubby? That's what it looks like. The swelling is definitely there. I'm wondering it's from the day that I forgot to take my blood pressure medication, coupled with the fact that I ate at least probably 2 handfuls of potato chips yesterday, the fat rolls. That's what my ankle looks like. It looks like I have a fat roll. Yeah, that can be scary. It really can be scary. Oh, yeah. I have been working hard in the last few days. I have. And I've got been, I had them working on my legs, so yeah. It's up on the bed, but I need it higher. I think I'm gonna have to get back into the chair. The funny thing is, I just made the last payment on the chair, so the chair is now officially mine. I don't want to sit in it anymore. I don't want to sleep in it anymore. I want to be able to be in my bed. I mean, I wouldn't mind sitting in it if there were a reason to sit in it. The nails were holding up great except one popped off and I have to put it back on. Um, yeah, things to do that I don't know what to do. This is the one nail that popped and I need to put it back on. It happened, and I felt I was doing something again a little more. These nails are a little bit longer, so I think that may have something to do with it. And it's better. It's way better than the first time. Exactly, exactly. So, but it's better than the one that. Hello. Um, yeah, I know. I have to elevate it. I'm not feeling great. I haven't been sleeping well for days, but then again, there was a day when I totally forgot you shouldn't leave them on more than 10 days. You shouldn't leave one on more than 10 days. What did I miss? Oh, the nails. Oh, sorry. No, that's not true. I used to leave them on for 2 weeks. Sometimes they would last almost 3 weeks. My nails were never damaged from them, and, no, no problem at all. Boiling water? For what? Um, yeah, so I just have to, and I have to tell you, I've been doing a lot of cleaning, a lot of scrubbing, a lot of cooking, and all of that. Yours would get dry and brittle from the fake nails? Yeah, no, this is not doing anything to mine. What I like to do is leave it when I take them off. I usually leave it for a day before I do nails again so that they have time to breathe. But no, I've had no issues I want to go poo 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 since I started doing the fake nails and I don't um no, I like them so much better. I would not be happy with having them done in the salon where those are on and they destroy your nails. That's not for me. You were giving a food recipe? Oh, sorry. Oh, sorry about that. Okay. You've had ridges and splits. I have had ridges too. Yeah. But yeah, I don't like those nails at all. So I would rather do this and I can change the look. I can change I can change the shape. I can change the style. I can change the color. I can change the look at a moment's notice. I have a couple of interesting ones coming up that I think I'm going to enjoy a lot, and they're all different shapes. So I think, yeah, I think it's fun. For right now, I'm enjoying it. You think the fake nails are a pain in the butt? Right now, I have the Kiss ones on, but to be honest with you, I've done way better in terms of how they've stayed on. Uh, with the ones that I had, the inexpensive ones that I had bought. I think they came from China. I guess maybe they all come from China. I was just looking around to see if I had a pair of them, a set of them here, because I would show it to you. But they are better shaped for my fingers. The other ones, these are a little bit too big and clunky, but the other ones are better. And yeah, I really have done well with most of them. Doesn't everything come from China? I know it's scarily true. I have the ones I actually bought them recently, the Impress nails. The problem is when I took it out of the package, they're so short. My own nails were never that short. And I have a long nail bed, so I'm not sure. The new acrylics are good. You mean the ones that are permanent that you get at the salon? What makes them good? Oh, the press-ons. Yeah, I love the new press-ons. They're great. Yeah, I know. I've seen Patty wear them. Yeah, I'm just very happy with the press-ons. I actually also have a number of pair that I bought a very, very long time. Oh, you're gonna love it, Sandy. Oh, you didn't order it. I thought you said you ordered it. You almost ordered it. Order it the next time they have a sale. Oh, thanks. Yes, this is the lamp. Yeah, it's a rather tall lamp. It's nice. I do like it. Um, I don't know, do you know a company called Nail Her? Nail Hur. I don't know. Quite a while ago, I bought a number of pair from. Were running a crazy sale because their nails are very expensive, but their nails are reusable. So no, the shade is not leather. The shade is fabric. But I like the shape of it. I like the color of the base of it. And I had some stuff. Let me see if I can show you this. On top of my armoire, I had some decorative stuff that sort of went with it. I'm not sure if you're seeing it. So you have to let me know if that's showing up in the picture. Did it show? Oh, you did. Okay, yeah. So that's why I had originally gotten the lamp. Said one part orange. What? Yes, I really like the combination. I've had it for quite a while though. All right, what did I miss that Sandy wrote? Let me see. It said one part orange. Mine is double color. Mine is absolutely double color. It might not have shown it that way. It is an ombre. It is a combo. One side looks orange and one side looks light pink. Neither one is exactly as it appears. One is a concealer color, and the other one is a very pale highlighter, and I'm absolutely in love with it. They are extraordinarily creamy. They work wonderfully well. They take very, very little product, and I adore it. When I had bought it a year or a year and a half ago, whenever it was, and I had given it away as part of my giveaway, I bought 5 of them. That's how much I loved it. I really did. I never wanted to be without it. But then when I went to the hospital and then I was in rehab and all the stuff that happened afterwards, I forgot about some of those things. I love Tatcha, Sandy. I use a lot of Tatcha products. I don't have their concealer though. Oh, okay. I have Tatcha, the eye cream. I have the firming thing. I love their rice exfoliating thing. It smells wonderful. It's a very gentle exfoliator. They have a satin cream. I love Tatcha, but Tatcha's very pricey. So Tatcha is, I still have some because I had bought it back when I still had money. So yeah, I still have some of that stuff, but I like, The new putty primer. Avocado is wonderful. It's very healthy and it's wonderful. You just bought the Bornos. Oh, the illuminating stick. I haven't tried that one. I do the concealer in the one that's like the Tarte Shape Tape, but I have not done the other one. So let me know how it is. Let me know what you think about it. Yeah. It's 3-in-1 concealer, illuminating, and contouring. Mine is concealing. Is it contour? When you say it's wait a minute. It's a stick, so you're saying it's like creamy? Is it like an ombre stick that has all three colors lined up? So it's like that. Okay, because I have something like that I had bought from Miraness a long time ago that was three colors. And it's highlighter, concealer, and contouring. I actually wore that the other day. Yeah, exactly. No, none of this stuff is contouring. Yes. Yeah. Yeah, you definitely don't want to have the glitter in that. Yeah, I liked the Miraness 3-in-1. Oh, oh, okay. Yeah, the one that I had gotten from Miraness had three. It had the three colors, and it wasn't bad, but I didn't love the consistency of it. It was a little bit too thick and drying to me. I like something that's a little bit more emollient feeling, and this ombre stick concealer is astounding. It's wonderful. Their BB filler is incredible. Not settling in the lines. Yes. Yeah, well, all of these things do not settle in the lines. At least, well, I should say, well, thank you. Hello. I should say that every skin is different. So what works for me may not work for you, but I have not experienced any of it settling into lines and creating anything. You have all seen me go through every stage of everything with my eyes and I had deep, deep bags and I had very dark circles, which lately I haven't had. Today, they're not so lovely, but um, maybe that's because of the way I've been feeling the last 2 days. Not sure. Um, yeah, my hand is I'm getting a cramp from holding this bloody phone. But I was doing pretty well holding it, leaning on this thing, but still. So tomorrow, when I tell you that my right shoulder hurts, you'll know why. Oh, I'm having the hiccups. Wow. Does that mean somebody's thinking of you if you have the hiccups? Or you've been drinking too much, right? Tripod is definitely a good thing. The problem is getting a tripod to work in my setup here, and that's, oh, okay. If the ice melts, yeah. Yeah, I wonder if we're going to have ice here in the morning. I'm not planning to go out. Maybe I'll go out later in the day because I really have to buy bread. I was so upset to discover today that my few remaining Bialys had a little bit of mold on them, and I'm embarrassed to tell you this. Oh, anytime, Sandy. You know that. Um, I actually cut the bloody mold off and I ate the thing because I didn't have any other bread in the house. So, but it wasn't much. It was just tiny little bits. So, yeah, have a good day tomorrow, Sandy. Enjoy it. And I think that I'm going to be ending this soon anyway because my right arm is going to fall asleep in this position. But I think maybe this will work. I'll figure something out. Yeah, I think, yeah, I'm going to start to sneeze now. Oh my goodness. Good night, everybody. Wonderful night, and please pray for me that I can sleep. It would be a wonderful thing. See you all tomorrow. Maybe I'll be in the same place, maybe I won't, but I'm liking it if I can work the logistics of it out. Take care, same to you, and thanks so much for being here with us. Yeah, take care, everybody. Love you.